Sickos Club.
Sickos Club.
Hey, come here. You like pro wrestling? We got a little something for you. Two fans, 3,000 miles away. We each been watching for more than 30 years. Celebrate the art form, the action, the homoeroticism. We ain't rating matches. We ain't analyzing stories. We ain't experts. We just sit down, shut up, and mark out! Hello, everybody. It is Blade Daily coming at you with yet another edition of Sit Down, Shut Up, Mark Out, a pro wrestling podcast about pro wrestling. And this is an extra pro wrestling show because we're talking about Wrestle Kingdom, baby. We're talking about a lot of good shit. And for that good shit, I had to get some good people to join me. And I did. Justin, you joined me again. I tracked you down. I felt weird not having you on last week, you know, because we're talking Tanahashi and all that. But Tino, so good to have you with us, my friend. We have worked together one time before. I think it was on the hard way, though, wasn't it?
It was on the hard way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't have a kid then. Now I have a 9-month-old.
Hey, yeah, there you go. So this you are making your debut on Sit Down, Shut Up with a 9-month-old. So the sacrifice is even greater. We are going to get down to business because holy shit balls. That is my big takeaway for the week is holy shit balls. Wrestle Kingdom was kind of like a 2-match show in a lot of ways, which I've never really known Wrestle Kingdom to be before, but it made complete sense why. You know, it made complete sense why, because when you saw the card, I was like, well, Saya and Shiri, you know, you got Takeshita and Tsuji. That's kind of what I thought it would probably be. And then you got, you know, Tanahashi and Okada. It exceeded all of my expectations somehow. And there was a bunch of silly weirdness in the middle of it all that I also really enjoyed. Justin, how did you feel about Wrestle Kingdom?
Wrestle Kingdom to me was a significant shift in terms of I'm sorry, I'm going to go all analytical here.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, significant shift in seeing how New Japan would be treated in terms of partnerships and also in terms of how probably booking will be, hopefully. Booking, ideally, we're going to be focusing a lot on Geo this year, hopefully. Anyways, why did I say that? Because number one, if you've noticed, less Noah. A couple of years back during COVID, there was a lot of Noah involvement. But now, if you've noticed, there has been more, I hate to use the word synergy, between Stardom and New Japan, number one, which I'm very happy about because it wasn't the case for the past few years. I mean, there has been like a couple of like crossover, whatever, but like with Tanahashi being president, I know that he's very he's a very strong advocate for the Joshis. So me personally, I'm very happy for about this. And also in terms of partnerships, aside from AEW, aside from CMLL, we have a new smaller partner, DDT. Which I have enjoyed. It makes sense because it was like the pre-show, but I wish that the Chris Brooks El Fantasmo New Japan World title match, I wish it was like maybe in the middle of Wrestle Kingdom, but I can't complain. It was a great show from start to end. There were some stuff at the middle, which was like, it's all right. But all in all, I cried from start to finish because they've been posting vignettes of Tanahashi when he debuted as a young lion, short haired Tanahashi until him retiring and him walking with problematic knees. That got me. That really got me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought I agree with you. I thought Phantasmo versus Chris Brooks definitely could have been on the main card. However, I think it got more time because it wasn't on the main card.
That's true.
And that was a really good match. They really fucking tore it up. And I'm a big Phantasmo guy. I haven't seen a ton of Chris Brooks, so it was cool to really get a chance to see what he can do.
I'm so glad Justin is here because I'm just it was fun. I liked it. He's got the, analytical brain where I'm just like, it was a good time. Honestly, it reminded me a lot of, not to bring up the other place, but like when you were a kid and you're really excited to watch WrestleMania, that's what this show felt like. It felt really special. And it really did feel like just like wrestling you loved when you grew up as a kid. And I feel like that was good for Tanahashi's last match. There was a lot of that nostalgia feeling to it. And I think it's probably on purpose because it was Tanahashi's last match. And I don't know, man. I just loved it. I loved it from start to finish. And you're right. That El Phantasmo match was so good. I'm glad it got that time.
Yeah, they had that like kind of young boy match, that they usually kick these things off with at the beginning, which was fine. It was good. And then I'm like, Phantasmo's on the pre-show? Oh, okay. And then they tore it the fuck down. I mean, it was really, really good.
It was great.
I think that's the only time I really don't cry over wrestling very much. I can't recall many times where I ever have. Not because I'm not moved by it. I absolutely am. I just don't cry, but there were tears that night. I will say that it was one of the most ornate, elaborate, beautiful things I have ever seen in a pro wrestling ring ever. And we're going to talk all about it.
Us crying is a byproduct of Tanahashi boldly stating that like, hey, I'll be retiring in a year's time. But then he didn't do random shit over like 2025 to 2026. Right. What he did was basically go singles matches between everyone in the roster in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
When he had that match with Tiger Mask, so like Tiger Mask was also like, hey, I'm also retiring in a year. That made me, tear up a little bit. And also he went outside of New Japan. He went to DDT and he horridly kissed Dan Shokudino, the naughty guy. But he made him cry, which is crazy to me. And also, I know it's not Wrestle Kingdom. This is not directly Wrestle Kingdom, but also like he went to Dragon Gate, bequeathed his high fly flow to Yuki Yoshioka. It's so different bequeathing a move versus like just getting the move, especially in Japan. When you're bequeathed the move, it's treated with like 100 times the respect compared to just like getting it off an encyclopedia.
What, in your opinion, what is the biggest difference between the frog splash and the high fly flow?
It's the same. It's just the different.
It's the exact same thing?
Yeah. It's because
I didn't know if there was a difference or not, but you would know.
Yes, because like they have different terminologies for it, right? Frog splash, technically the technical move name is a diving body press. Same for high fly flow. So that's just it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say that Tanahashi's high fly flow has more in common with Eddie Guerrero's frog splash than a lot of the frog splashes I see now, which is like there's a lot of leg kicking on the frog splash that like I see people do now.
Right?
Yeah, where they the leg kind of goes under their body and then they kick it up in the air and to give it more impact. But the high fly flow looks more like Eddie Guerrero's frog splash, which was the first one I ever saw. So you could flip a coin between those two who did it better. But it was just a really emotional night. I think you could feel that tension the entire show of like Tanahashi's going to retire tonight. We are going to see this man in the ring for the last time tonight. The wrestlers, everybody, you kind of felt it, and I just it just blew me away. It really, really blew me away. I can't remember a time where something so momentous felt like it was happening right in front of us. But, let's start at the beginning, shall we? We kick off with the Rambo, which we all expected. However, this may be the first time a Rambo has ever been for the 6-man tag titles. I've never seen that before. And I didn't realize that at the time until the end. Tino and I were talking a little bit about this before we went live, and the TMDK guys were in the ring, and I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be interesting." And then it was like, the match is over. Like they're the new never open weight 6-man tag champs, and that's fine. It was very. I love a good battle royal.
Do you think Zach hurt his neck on that finish?
I hope not.
I don't think so. He's very elastic.
Do you think it was like he was selling it a little bit? The way he like moved his neck when he what did he do? Like the arm crossing and the upside down, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It looked like he tweaked his neck a little bit, but I think he's probably fine. You're right. Let's all hope you're right.
Well, I mean, he wrestled the next night and looked fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He did.
Yeah.
He did. He was in that main event the next night.
Yeah. Yes. And that main event, holy shit, of New Year's Dash was awesome with the KO Bros versus Zach and Oiwa. Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. I love Oiwa, man. He's got so much going for him.
He's such a viable contender versus Tsuji for the heavyweight championship.
Oh, we're going to talk all about that because I'm excited right now because New Japan has been thrown into the deep end. They can't, there's no old reliables to bring out anymore. They're gone. All of them. You know, Tanahashi was the last one and they can't do that anymore. So they got to build these new guys up. They got to make main eventers and they got to make them quick. So I think this year could be very, very, very exciting for New Japan. It's going to feel weird at times, but I think it could be really, really great. So, so the Rambo was fun. One annoyance, you know, and I wanted Saya and Shuri to get a solid 20 minutes. And they got like 12. And I was kind of annoyed, but those women are so incredible. They had like a half-hour match in 12 minutes. I also was looking at the match times today, and I was like, no other singles match went longer than that. So,
12 minutes.
Aside from the main events. So, you know, I mean, okay, at least it was pretty even across the board. Tino, how'd you feel about that match?
This is the match I watched the most. I watched it 3 times.
Really?
Mostly because I saw how y'all were treating Blade about not knowing watching his Joshi stuff, and you weren't going to catch me lacking, so I watched it 3 times. No, this no, I loved this match. It was I think because it was so short, it looked so desperate the whole time.
Yeah,
and all of Shuri's moves look so freaking brutal. They just look like they were just beating the crap out of each other, and it just I loved this match. It was so good. Even the little hate run in, I like that. Shout out to Momo Watanabe.
It's good that you watched it thrice because our partner here, Blade, we have allegations of Blade being a misogynist. So.
Whoa! That is an
allegedly
unfair rumor perpetuated by somebody who will never be on this show again.
Professor,
degree? Was it the professor?
No, it wasn't degree. It was fucking Casey comes on the show, calls me a misogynist immediately. Then I have to do a whole episode, and I'm stink eyeing him the entire time.
Yep, I watched that.
When I'm replying to him, I'm stink replying to him. You know, it's one of those things.
And I enjoyed it every time I watched it.
I agree.
Yeah. I was really shocked that Saya lost, to be honest.
Were you? Because I had no doubt in my mind that Shuri was going to walk away retaining.
Expected it, actually.
So you both expected it?
In a way, yeah.
And why is that?
Because, like, the way they've been booking Shuri, in my opinion, this could be open to interpretation. But, like, the way Shuri moves, number one, the way Shuri moves throughout any match she's given, intent and purpose. What do I mean by that? Like, even when she does like the submissions in between, there's specific names for that. And it's, in a way, it's like a micro Zack Sabre Jr. kind of puzzle when she's like doing like, oh, she's doing the fucking white tiger. And you're like, what the fuck is a white tiger? Even on Japanese Twitter, they're like, what's white tiger? And they're like, oh, it's like this, like this, like this. It's like, oh my God, it's just like Zack Sabre. And they're like, yeah. Anyways. But like, Shuri also has been very active in the Japanese indies and also in Pro Wrestling Eve versus Alex Windsor. And she's also had a great match. But the thing is, in general, basically, Shuri within the match and also like for her finishers, the fucking like Emerald Flosion that she does, right?
Yeah.
The Ryuan and the Shusekai. But anyways, like it's been Saya, on the other hand, like I know that like a certain like piece of like wrestling fans were like, okay, what's the end game for Saya? What's the end game for Saya? Even the Japanese fans were like, yeah, what's the end game for Saya? Like I know she's like raking in a lot of money being like the champion, but like what's next after? But then good thing is like she lost the New Japan Pro Women's. So like I think it was a good thing because like it kind of like gives us like a little bit of uncertainty when it comes to the World of Stardom Championship, the red belt, compared to like her being like, oh yeah, she's gonna win, because like back then she wasn't like vying to be the MVP for Tokyo Sports, but now completely different.
Saya's selling of all of Shuri's moves just made it that like heightened it. It just made it look so much more brutal. I'm like the way she like bent her arm back like that, I'm like freaking, I'd almost pop my shoulder out just doing that.
Yeah.
You know, everything looks so brutal, and it was just, it was such a good match.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was literally gross. There were some things that were just like, okay.
I'm like, how does her body bending that way?
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's the thing about, you know, the difference between male and female body is women are extraordinarily flexible in ways that men could not begin to comprehend. But so literally everyone was not surprised, I guess,
except for Blade.
You know, me not being the most informed Stardom guy worked against me. Okay. Again, not a regular Stardom watcher. I only have so much time, but Saya blows me away. Her star power is unbelievable. Like her entrance, all of it. It's just, and then you see her wrestle and she's like fucking incredible. This one guy who I can't remember his name right now. Sorry, bud. But he made a video about the complete story of Saya and Tam Nakano. And it was so well done. He like tied together their entire history.
Yeah.
And it blew me away. I mean, it really, really, really blew me away. So Saya's your ace, you know, for the foreseeable future in a lot of ways. But yeah, she's been champion for what, like over a year now, right?
Yeah, more or less. Over a year. Yeah.
When I realized it was for the strong title, I was like, okay, so anybody could win. I mean, I felt like they did that so that it felt like anybody could win.
When it comes to like, right? At first, over a year ago, a lot of people were like, she's going to turn heel. What's she going to do? Like cry all the time? Because she's a known crier. She cries every fucking single time. Which is great, you know, like, you know, emote with whatever you want to emote. I'm all for it. But like, when she turned heel, I was surprised. She was like, okay, how is she going to do that? Number one, she got rid of all her high flying moves. She kept just maybe like, you know, a corkscrew kick or whatever. Because that she used to be the Golden Phoenix. Now, you know, Golden Phoenix is dead, you know?
Yeah, she's the Phoenix Queen. Yeah.
Yeah. Phoenix Queen. It's
Fennec.
Different. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. All right.
Yeah. So, just kidding.
I'm not beating these misogyny charges, man. It's just ugly. It's just ugly. Casey, I'm coming for you, man.
but yeah, like Saya has removed a lot of doubt coming from me, from a lot of people, and the way she's just handled being world champion in Stardom, and the way she would like endorse Stardom in such a way that it was like the highest performing Bushi Road wrestling product out there versus New Japan. That's
right.
Alien, number one, and that's also like crazy to me. So much so that she was able to bring back mainstream wrestling on Japanese non-cable television. She had a televised, and like that's insane. It's happened. I think only when the Crushed Girls were still like active.
That's so insane. Because that was a very long time ago.
Yeah,
so
80s, 90s.
Yeah, 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. No, and you know, I think this also sets them up where they can feud over the red belt and you know, continue to go at each other. And I think that Saya probably needed somebody that she could feud with like that. And this is one of those matches you're going to want to see over and over again. So
100%.
They had such good chemistry in the ring.
Oh yeah,
that ring chemistry was so good.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So how did we feel about Aaron Wolf?
Amazing.
That was his debut?
That was his first match.
Yeah. His straight up wrestling debut.
Yeah. Versus Evil. Yeah.
Yeah. That was insane.
In front of 46,000 people.
Yeah. Right.
No pressure.
Just, yeah. And he looked like it was not his debut. He looked like he'd been doing it for years. He just slipped right into it.
Yeah.
He looked like $1 million. Like, you guys remember the power slam that he did?
Mm-hmm.
The Buzz Sawyer-esque power slam that he did. It was like when he was about to flip about to flip Evil, it was like delayed. And when the impact landed, even the Japanese fans were like, "What the fuck?" You know?
It was crazy. Well, and they were so smart about how they did this. One, Evil was the perfect opponent for him because Evil is such a comic book villain at this point and such like over the top douchebag that it's like he spends half the match just like now he's incorporated the really bad fake laugh into his gimmick where he's like ha 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 and
the
like
legit evil laugh.
Yeah, and it's like it's fine. It's fine. Like I respect Evil for what Evil does.
Do you?
But like
I do.
I don't love House of Torture, okay? But
that's how I feel about it.
Evil, L.I.J. Evil was my guy. I loved L.I.J. Evil. And it's only been the last year where it's felt like he's really put this whole thing together for me. So, but he was a great opponent in this context. So he really dominated most of the match, and I was at one point like, did Aaron Wolf blow up? Is he like fully blown up right now? Because he just kept getting his ass kicked. And I was like, are they stalling? Like, is he like just trying to like catch his breath?
Out of breath. Yeah.
Nope. They were just waiting for the right time. You can't put the guy over any stronger. Yeah. And I'm going to say the never open weight looks kind of good. Gold. I didn't realize that Evil had spray painted it, but I thought it looked cool.
I mean, those judo skills just transfer, right? Because he's an Olympic judo.
Easily transferable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not just that, he's Triple Crown judo champion, a gold all Japan judo tourney, Asian Games, which is a big deal in Asia, and obviously the Olympics. No one does that, and he's like a mainstream celebrity too. And I feel like with him being a possible ace in the future, goddamn,
yeah. I do want to qualify this. When Evil was in the finals of the G1 this year, I was like, if they give this to that motherfucker, I am going to fucking scream. Mad. But when he lost, I was like, he was a great opponent. Like, he was great for that role because Takeshita represents what you want New Japan to be, and Evil represents exactly what you don't want New Japan to be. And they just played that heat up, and it made for a really, really good match. And there's some rumors going around about old Evil there. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I also thought Aaron Wolf coming out in the young boy gear was a very smart touch.
Yeah, that was good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it sent the right message, Even
shaved his head.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know. No, he looked great. I thought he looked really, really good.
Does he have any training in the dojo? Do you guys know? Or did they just
he must
let him go?
He did. Like, it was televised at some point.
Yeah,
okay.
He has to. I'm very excited to see where he goes next.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, it translates the judo skills. Like, for white belt, as soon as you're white belt, they teach you how to do front roll, back roll, side roll, crawling on the mat, and whatever. So, if you translate it into pro wrestling, chicken shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we had, our first main event. It was Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji, which was a prediction I made when Takeshita won the belt, was that it would make sense for him to hold it for a short time and drop it to one of the younger guys that they're moving up the card. And I think that was the right call. It was absolutely the right call. You give Takeshita the rub of winning the G1, but that guy that was so dominant in the G1 loses to Tsuji in the Tokyo Dome. Doesn't get much better for Tsuji in that case.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
The match itself was great. It was 33 minutes long, I think.
Such a good match.
Such a great match. Yeah. And these two, I love how from Takesha's first G1 appearance to now, they have built this kind of like rivalry between these two up on just a pure athletic level, right?
Right.
And as well, I really liked that they built up like Takesha's all business and Tsuji is like all New Japan. You know, it's like it's all about New Japan for Tsuji. And, you know, you kind of have that light interplay of like he's an AEW guy, he's a New Japan guy. There's a million reasons for the Japanese crowd to cheer for Yota Tsuji, you know, which is what you want. But, you know, most importantly, I felt like finally New Japan had to choose their next guy, like choose somebody, you know, and I think they were going to last year with Shota, and then they were like, we can't. There's no fucking way. We just can't.
Not yet with Umino. Well, a lot of even when we have our annual holiday, I don't think he's ready.
The Stardust genius Shota Umino,
Mr. Roughneck.
Yeah, Roughneck. Oh my god.
Wait, Blade. If you were to rebrand Umino instead of Roughneck, what would you do to him?
That's a hard call. With Tsuji, he's not the performer that Takesha is, but who is, right? Like there's so few people. Tsuji's not quite at that level, but he's close enough. And I think Takesha really, not this year, but the year before, I think he embarrassed all those young guys. Like he was so much farther ahead than all of them. And way farther ahead than Tsuji even. And I think Tsuji's really narrowed the gap. And that motivated him to like get his shit together in a bigger way. And so they looked really equal in this match and really great rivals. And let's hope we see this match many times for the world title in a main event.
That match was my favorite. Also, I wrote down a note. They're both annoyingly handsome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you're right. They looked so equal in this match, and you just wanted to watch them beat the crap out of each other, and they did. Especially like with Yota Tsuji or his comments prior to, you know, the match coming into it. So you knew it was like they were going to beat the crap out of each other. Man, Takesha. If Takesha had won, it would be a weird choice, but I wouldn't even be mad at it because I love him so much.
There was a moment where it looked like he was about to hit the flaming, what is that called? The
Raging
burning
Fire.
Raging Fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raging Fire.
I thought he was really going to hit it, and I was like, okay. Like, all right. Like, if they're going to keep it on Takesha, I'm fine with that.
It would have gave Tsuji something to chase still, which could have been fun, but you're right.
But I'm actually glad they pulled the trigger because like Takeshita was such a great foil, not just for Tsuji, but for the whole fucking company.
Yep.
Because like, given the fact that he's 100. Like, you know, a contractor, whatever, of 3 companies, DDT, AEW, New Japan. And, you know, like we all know he's been getting praises on AEW television, even DDT with like, if you watch DDT shows where he's like featured, everyone's like, yeah, you're like our DDT guy. Even if you leave us, even if you get out of your DDT contract, you're still by us. That's why we love you, blah, 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 blah. New Japan though, I liked it so much. I liked him being a fall because like, number one, he's not used to being booed just because like he's not from that company, but also it also gives him like, I know he's already like a proven like good pro wrestler, but like it gives him like some sort of like chip on his shoulder that like, hey, I can also embody strong style. Hey, I can also be your New Japan guy. But then what I really enjoyed about the storytelling behind the match is like Tsuji being a junior and all, it's like, no, fuck you. I can be that lion, you know. I can be that guy instead of you, and I'll prove it to you. And by God, he did it. You know.
Yeah.
He said, "I can be that guy, and I am that guy, and you're an outsider, right?
Right.
You don't even go here.
Yeah, you don't even go here." But no, and you know, Tsuji, like I said, he looked good. I had a pretty strong suspicion he was their guy when I saw him in the G1 this year. And, you know, I admit, you know, New Japan I don't watch every show, but the big stuff I do watch. And when I was watching the G1 this year, seeing that new entrance that he had with Hiromu and Shingo and like the smoke and like, I'm like, Shooter's not getting that entrance. You know what I mean? Like,
no, definitely not.
No, they're like giving this guy an extra level of stuff. And so it felt that way for a while, like Tsuji and just the crossover between him and Takeshita, you know, the rivalry, they both beating each other. So it was really, really cool. Great match. Fantastic match. And Tsuji winning with the Boston Crab, the young boy.
Dude, making Takeshita freaking tap, that is crazy.
To a Boston
That was
Crab.
wild.
Yes.
To be fair, it looked brutal. Like, especially after you took all that punishment. Like, it really did look brutal.
You know, a bunch of like Japanese fans on threads, they've been surprisingly, when I posted about Wrestle Kingdom, every fucking Japanese fan was like commenting. They were like, they were happy that Takeshita lost via Boston Crab because they're like, you know, like over time, they were blaming Chris Jericho, by the way. Over time, the Boston Crab has lost its potency because it was being featured on every fucking single match. I mean, no discredit to Jericho, obviously, but like at the same time, like it kind of lost its allure with Jericho, I guess. I don't want to blame it on Jericho. Everyone does it.
I refuse to blame Jericho for that.
no, but like, that's unfair, you know.
We were hanging out on January 6th, and he was telling me like,
is that where you were? Okay.
He's got it all figured out. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys.
But that aside, can you believe Kevin Kelly wanted Tsuji to get rid of his smile every entrance?
What the fuck?
He's got freaking perfect teeth. Why wouldn't he?
Exactly.
Look what a genius Kevin Kelly has turned out to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who does he drop the global title to? What the fuck? Why does he have to have two belts in the first place?
That's cool.
Theoretically, but they just did this with Ibushi like 5 years ago.
You're right. You're right. I'm just
true.
Yeah.
Why do they do this? Where now you're the IWGP heavyweight champion. We'll get to that in a minute. But you're the IWGP heavyweight champion, and you've got to drop the secondary title to somebody. Which belt is he going to lose first? You know what I mean? So and they both, Tim and Takeshita, both promised to defend him separately. So, you know, I just think there's plenty of people who could use that global title. You know what I mean? I don't know. Him defending both is just like, oh, come on. You know?
And is he okay with not main eventing for the global title, or is it just for the heavyweight? Like, which one is he more, you know?
Or is he wrestling twice on a show? You know,
right.
And that's the gimmick is that he's wrestling twice on the show. Is it going to cost him the heavyweight title? Is it going to cost him the global heavyweight title? Who knows? Maybe he'll have a short reign. That is, you know, I know you guys know this. That is typically what happens in New Japan is somebody has a short reign. Here's the problem. Nobody else with more experience is around to take it from him. So
exactly.
I mean, I was hoping Taichi would.
Yeah, put it on Evil.
Hey, my guy Taichi. That's right. That's right. Belt up Taichi. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I love Taichi, man.
Comes out looking like a tuxedo mask.
He has the greatest gimmick. One of the greatest gimmicks I've ever seen, which is like,
Black
he's like
Mephisto.
He's a self-aware honky tonk man, right? He comes out, he's in on the joke, right? He's terrible at lip syncing. He's terrible at looking like he's musical in any way, but he plays it up to the hilt like he thinks he's really good at it. And everybody kind of plays along with him after a while because, you know, like I was saying in the last episode, like the first time you see Tanahashi play air guitar, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then now, if he stopped doing the air guitar, you'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing? You do the air guitar." You know,
it was such a big moment at the end of the show. Sorry, yeah.
Same thing with Taichi. Like if he stopped doing the lip syncing gimmick, it would break my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's. Okay, guys, we gotta. I mean, we haven't even gone through Wrestle Kingdom.
Put it on
yet,
Yo,
and it's gonna be
covered in Ziploc bags. It's fine.
It's gonna be a very long show. So. The last match. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, it was that kind of show. The last match, we all know who it was. like I said, this tension had been present the entire night, where we all know Tanahashi's retiring, and we all know that this is all coming to an end. That literally an entire era of New Japan is going to end in front of us. It's not often that you can say that, you know what I mean? And it really didn't feel that way for John Cena or Sting or any of those people, because Sting's era ended way before he retired. You know what I mean?
Yep.
John Cena's
100%.
era has been over for a while, the guys who are wrestling Super Cena, most of them aren't around anymore. So,
Right.
Yep.
Aside from like Brock Lesnar or somebody like that, or The Miz, I guess.
Both great guys.
Both just wonderful, wonderful people. I'll next January 6th, I'll mention that to Jericho. I might as well lean into it, But holy shit. From entrances, Okada's entrance, Tanahashi's entrance, I just felt this heightened state of emotion. I'm getting chills thinking about it right now as I'm talking about it. Watching Tanahashi come out, asking myself, how much has that dude cried today? You know what I mean? Before this match even happened. Spending an entire year trying to generate buzz about everybody else on that roster so he could leave this company in better shape with his retirement. He used the entire year to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What were you guys, Justin, what were you feeling watching Tanahashi walk down the ramp?
Need I say more, Blade? Like, I cried so much. I'm sure. I think it's a matter of like discussing like how long did I cry and versus like whether I cried or not. No. I kid you not. I don't cry a lot, but like, but this particular moment, goddamn, like, it was like, I don't know, like, I made. Obviously, like we have an inside joke, right? Like of him, whether, because I thought, my dumbass thought like last year versus Evil was going to be like a hair versus hair match, and I was surprised that he kept the hair on. but like coming back full circle after 1 year, him actually retiring, I was like, oh god, like I can't believe like this man is retiring. Like he made New Japan so enjoyable to watch. Not to discount the other wrestlers in the roster, right? But like his presence alone was able to transform New Japan from being like shoot style, pancrase style. I mean, I like it, but like not everyone's going to like it, obviously. He transformed it into something more geared towards the audience, towards a more like an audience that you couldn't insult their intelligence rather. To me, like he's what made New Japan what it is. Without Tanahashi, we wouldn't have Okada. Without Tanahashi, we wouldn't have Bullet Club even. Well, yes, indirectly, but yeah.
But who was Devitt upset with when he formed Bullet Club? It was he was gunning for Tanahashi, So it's
that's true. That's true.
I mean, that's kind of the
forgetting
thing.
the importance of Cody Rhodes and Bullet Club. Just want to throw that in there.
Anyway, how about you, Tino? Let's not get you talking about Cody Rhodes. Let's talk about anything else. How did you feel?
I legit thought you froze for a second.
Nope. I mean, I did. Like inside, I'm like, he's really saying this. I can't believe this. Yeah. So, how'd you feel watching Tanahashi walk down the ramp?
It's one of those times when you're watching a match and you're like, this is going to be a thing that people go back to. This is a historical match. And you know it from the jump. Watching Tanahashi walk down the ramp, it was just like, this is the last time. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see that on his face. He knew. I think one of the reasons too it made it so emotional is that, Sting was ready. John Cena, whatever you want to say about his retirement one, he was ready. I don't know if Tanahashi necessarily was. It was more like I have to. Like my body is not letting me do this anymore. And it's time. And so I think that too led to the emotion of it all. And yeah, I didn't cry then, but maybe later I might have.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's one of those things with Tanahashi where the minute he's walking down the ramp, I'm like, okay, this is one of the biggest moments in the history of New Japan. Wait, no. This is one of the biggest moments in the history of pro res,
Wrestling.
And then I'm like, wait, no. This is one of the biggest moments in the history of pro wrestling on any continent, anywhere, ever. Like Hiroshi Tanahashi is genuinely like one of the very greatest wrestlers there's ever been. He put New Japan on his fucking back. And him going out in front of 46,000 people when I saw him win the world title for the first time, for the heavyweight title, by beating fucking Giant Bernard in a tournament final in 2006. And the crowd is like teeny tiny compared to any of this. This begins with him and now it ends with him, And so it just blew me away, Justin.
Do you remember his goal during the late 2000s? He was like, I would love to see the Tokyo Dome get sold out.
Yep.
That alone.
Okay.
That comment that he made from years back. When it comes again, full circle thing, when imagine him exiting the ramp for the very last time ever, looking at Tokyo Dome sold out, 47,000 people. I would cry.
Yeah. Well, and there aren't people. I mean, I think what was evident by the end of this match, even there just aren't a lot of people in the world like Hiroshi Tanahashi. This guy is built different. He's just different. He is one of those people that he had the will to get things where they got, And of course, there's no Okada without him. There's no Bullet Club. And in many ways, I think if they didn't have him to target, they would have been a lot less effective. And
100%. Yep.
And so here we are 18 years later or so, 20 years almost after he first won that world title. They got 20 years. And this guy has main evented 10 Wrestle Kingdoms, 11 Wrestle Kingdoms, something like that. He's done it all. And he was a great in-ring worker. He was an incredible personality. And in this match with Okada, I mean, it has it all. Tanahashi may not be able to do the athletic shit that he used to do, but this guy, the drama that these two created with each other was fucking insane. When Okada did tease the Rainmaker thing and then he flipped off the crowd, the boos were like, oh my
it was
God.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh
Amazing.
My God. And then he had to become the Rainmaker to put him away.
Right. Tanahashi had to bring that out of him.
Yes. He kept
because
pushing him.
He hasn't done it, in 2 years?
Yeah, it's been a long
time.
He's
done it
right?
Yeah, he hasn't done the full thing in 2 years.
Yep.
And he had to go back to when he was first wrestling Tanahashi. He had to go back to that old Okada to put him down.
Poetic. Very poetic.
Yeah. So poetic.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's what Okada was saving that for. Because he's protected that move for I don't know how long, but the 2 years, right?
Yeah.
It was the perfect moment.
Now it's like that, yes.
My dog thinks so too. She wants to.
So Okada was so good in this match. I mean, played it to the hilt. He really was kind of that punk ass Rainmaker that Tanahashi met, for the first time all those years ago. He was.
It reminded me of that too, actually.
Yeah, where he was
the
just
Rainmaker Shock era.
Yeah, where he was just being a young, arrogant shit who hadn't earned it really, And now, obviously, he's earned it, but he's reverted back to being this little shit, and it was only through respect that he could beat Tanahashi. When they finally counted that 3, I kind of couldn't believe it. I mean. There was a part of me that they actually convinced he might win.
Yeah.
He might win. realistically, there's no chance in hell he's going to win, you know?
No.
But holy shit.
If you think about his last year, he's done so much to put everyone over.
Yes.
And I feel like even though like Okada doesn't need it, he was still putting someone over at the very end.
Well, he was kind of transferring his legacy in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
You know? And Okada is his successor. That's always what he was going to be. Even if he's in AEW, you know? How cool. How cool.
He got Okada to stop being a prick for 2 seconds to where he actually thanked him.
And I loved that. After the match, Okada immediately drops character. And he's like, he bows to him, takes the mic.
Did you see his face after pitting Tanahashi? He was on the verge of crying. He wanted to stop.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. And they were talking to each other, you know, like Tanahashi's on the ground. They're kind of like trying to have a bit of a conversation. And then, he bows to him. He shows him the respect and gives it up to him and gets the hell out of the ring to like get back into dickhead mode.
Although he did needle him a little bit by saying, "I'm sure you're tired." Because, you know, Tanahashi's whole thing is, "I've never been tired."
Right. I've never been tired. Yes. Right. Which backstage he finally said, "I'm so tired." Yeah. Yeah. But then having Jay White's music hit, that was like, what the fuck? That's the last guy I'm expecting to see. And Jay comes down, looks great, looks fresh, you know? I hope he's coming back soon. I miss Jay White so bad. But he walks down the ramp, you know, he gets in the ring, and he's so, like, gracious. Like, you can tell he is so honored to be there.
Yeah.
And
even did the Tanahashi pose, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody did. Everybody did.
Well, then
oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, and Muda. Jesus Christ. He's taking selfies and shit in the ring.
It's like watching your uncle trying to like take a selfie. How do I use this thing?
Yeah. And then, but, you know, Jay comes out, he looks dead serious, you know, like so respectful. I mean, Tanahashi put him over. He was the first big name Jay White beat, really, in a lot of ways. And he beat Tanahashi for his first world title as well. So, you know, huge. And then you have, you know, Kenny, Kota Ibushi, you have Ospreay. Ospreay, by the way, whoever's been working on Ospreay's hair, good job.
It's gotta be Alex.
Alex is like, okay, while you're home, we're working on this.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, so it just felt so massive, but then you hear
Fujinami.
You have fucking Fujinami come out. And then eventually, you know, Kenny comes out, Kota Ibushi comes out walking. Fucking psychopath.
Yeah, hobbling.
I mean, hobbling, but still, I mean, he should be in a wheelchair, you know?
Have you seen Kenny's or Kota's live on Instagram? He was driving.
Yes.
Ibushi was driving. What a
oh my
freak,
God.
man.
And Kenny's like, don't walk too fast, like slow down. You know, like Kenny's like watching like older brothering him, you know.
He's being that good partner. He's like, you know, watching after his man, you know.
There you go.
Like a married couple.
Then Shibata's music hits. And I don't know why, I just wasn't prepared for that. And Ibushi just turns to tears. Or not Ibushi, sorry. Tanahashi turns to tears and can't keep it together. And the way, you know.
This is the one that got me because I was like, you could tell that there's like this brotherly love between the two of them.
Yeah.
And they were just like, it's really over. This part of this time in our lives is truly over. And I feel that's what that was, where they kind of like, they gave each other some chops because they were trying not to cry. And then, you know, they just had to fall into each other and hug. And they just, you know, the tears came. And that's what got me. I was like, oh, you can tell they love each other so much.
Yeah. Well, Shibata almost fucking died, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, 9 years ago.
Yeah. Have you heard, like, there was this tidbit that I was reminded of by someone on either X or Blue Sky. like when Shibata was having brain surgery, it was Tanahashi who was with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm like, wow.
Stop trying to make me cry right now, Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, like very deep brotherhood. But that aside, right? Like what I really appreciated was like, Shibata coming out with the Ops t-shirt, immediately like rips it off, just takes it off just to say like, hey, I'm not Ops Shibata right now. I'm shoot Shibata right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just went at him too. And they went at each other for a minute.
They locked up and chopped, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the most manly emotional thing I've ever seen, where it was like they chopped the living shit out of each other, and then Shibata's like, "You get over here." I mean, it was just unbelievable moment.
And you notice he couldn't stay. I think he was too emotional to stay in the ring.
I think he was. I think you're right.
He was like,
he didn't stay in the ring. He's like, I'm out.
Gone.
Nobody's seeing me cry. I'm out of here. Yep. And probably went back and
I'm a heel right now. I can't do this.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I can't let Hangman Page use this against me later. The music hits that you're not expecting at all.
That's who I was not expecting.
Naito. Yeah. Nobody's
that was the last
Naito.
person I expected Naito.
Yeah. And just to be clear, Kota Ibushi has been in a New Japan ring. And that was because Tanahashi said, you let this motherfucker back for this one night.
Yeah.
I mean, they are not on good terms at all.
No.
But Naito's music hits. There is a very long.
I wanted to time it when I was watching it last night. I was like, I should have timed this. It was like 5 minutes for him to get to the ring.
Yeah. If you guys notice, like there was like a point where the New Japan team ended and they were like, fuck it, we'll play the Noah song instead.
Yeah. I mean, it was just wild. And Bushi didn't even come out for at least a minute. And then Bushi comes out, and then Naito takes forever to come out. Then Naito walks down the ramp slower than anyone I've ever seen. He could give Roman Reigns like fucking a lesson in how to walk down the ramp literally at a snail's pace.
Tranquilo.
Yeah. He was super tranquilo.
So much so that I think because of that, like Tanahashi was able to like emotionally recover.
Right.
Yes.
He started like tapping his watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Tanahashi's face was hilarious. But then he comes down and he says, I didn't know if I'd ever be in a New Japan ring again. He never really broke character. He, remained in that kind of obstinate, bug-eyed, weird look that he does.
Yeah.
But he said, he gave his thanks. And you could tell it was very, very felt, very deeply felt, and very sincere. And I think part of him walking so slowly down there was he wanted to take it in, because that might be the last time he's ever at the Tokyo Dome doing that,
I feel like that's a testament to who Tanahashi is, where there's so many people who showed up that have very public grievances with New Japan, but they all came to give respect to Tanahashi.
Right.
Like, Naito left, not even a year ago, under some weird, not ideal circumstances. And he still came back to say, thank you.
Right.
That's just, I think we can all rest assured that Tanahashi is legitimately a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After the ceremony and the pageantry and everything, Walker Stewart is saying, talking about Tanahashi and what he's done for him personally, when he was brand new there, Tanahashi was the guy checking in with him to make sure he had everything he needed, to make sure he was doing all right, when he was so intimidated to talk to anybody. Of all people, it's Hiroshi Tanahashi, who's sitting there checking in with him, like the biggest legend in the company,
I also learned something new. Like, I forgot who posted it, sorry, in advance, but the reason why we have a lot of Joshi presence on AEW and international TV is because when Tanahashi became president, he was the one actively pushing them, and someone actually documented it. And he was like, look, I think it was Ring of Honor. They were both featured on the card. He was like, this is Nakano Tama, go take a photo of her, meet these guys backstage, talk to them. And that's how we got Willow and Tam Nakano.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So then,
selfless, very, very selfless.
Tana's walking up the ramp.
Oh, shit.
And
Yeah.
he's waving goodbye. And then he walks to this side ladder thing that I'm like, what the fuck is happening now? And Tino, before we started, you called it his WrestleMania 3 Pope Mobile.
Yeah.
He's on this giant platform car thing that drives around the entire arena. So even if you had the cheapest seats in the building, he said goodbye to you too.
Mm-hmm.
And they filmed the entire thing. They had no hard out. So like, it's like at least a solid 20 minutes of watching him.
It's so long. It's still waving.
He's just waving.
Yeah.
And then occasionally just going, arigato. And then, just.
And also doing this.
Yes, doing the ace pose. Yes. And then eventually it was over. But
you forgot we got some air guitar before that too.
We did. You're right. We got some air guitar.
Yeah.
Yes. And we saw the end of the ace, the end of Hiroshi Tanahashi as an active performer. Unbelievable. And then tragedy struck. And I wasn't prepared for this. But Justin, based on you last year making so many jokes about him losing his hair.
Yeah, we need to talk about
Hiroshi Tanahashi said that this weekend, which has already started in Japan, that this weekend he's going to get a haircut and that he's going to cut the back of his hair off. And
it's all your fault, man.
I blame you.
I manifested it.
You manifested it. Yeah.
And I actually kind of like kicked myself in the butt the way here from.
Yeah. Good. I hope you did. Because
in solidarity, actually, I also like shaved my head up.
Yeah. Well, as penance, right? As penance.
Shame.
Definitely wasn't shaved already, and you just touched it up. Yes. No, that's.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there was a price paid because the ace is going to have short hair, and that feels wrong. Okay. I've been watching Tanahashi from like 2004, 2005, 2006.
That beautiful hair is just gone, and I'm just upset about it. It's a beautiful lion's mane, and he's getting rid of it. He's going to look like young Simba now. My God. So that was Wrestle Kingdom. We're going to move on to talk about the new era of New Japan Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Antoine and I talked about this a little bit last week, but I think it deserves further discussion. They have had chances to push new people for a long time. Antoine felt they went too hard on Ibushi, years ago. I mean, certainly history would bear that out because of how everything ended. Right.
But I'm not sure with all the same information if I would have felt that way at the time. He did win 2 G1s back to back. He did, he had a really, really huge push. But he wasn't a young guy, at the time. And so, he was almost 40 when they were pushing him, And so and by the time they finally got around to Sonata and Evil and all these other guys, they're in their mid-30s at the earliest.
Right.
And Ospreay left before he ever really was the guy. Jay White was the guy for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
It was really kind of this mainstay group of Tanahashi, Okada, and eventually Naito, right?
Naito, yes.
And now none of those guys are there. And so we have officially entered a new era. Yota Tsuji brought back the most beautiful belt in the history of belts, the best belt that ever belted. V4 is officially back. They got a brand spanking new one made because that thing was so shiny. Do you see how shiny that thing looked?
I thought they just like polished it or something.
I don't know.
I guess they could have. It looks new.
It looks brand new.
I feel like it's also new. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, me too.
But I was kind of surprised that they went back to calling it the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
And they took World out of it. I don't recall a promotion ever doing that before, where like, I think they did merge the lineages, but
They did.
Which thank God. But like, I don't recall a promotion ever going back from world to just calling it
From heavyweight.
Heavyweight. Yeah.
It kind of makes sense
really
for Tsuji, though. No, it kind of makes sense
Yes.
for Tsuji, though, because he is the New Japan guy. He's not concerned with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense for him.
Yeah.
Semantically, it's also redundant because IWGP, what does it mean? International Wrestling Grand Prix. So I'm
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's all right. But at the same time, I get it because like he wants to bring back the lineage. Because like if you go back to the history of the World Heavyweight Championship, if he had kept it, what is he, like the 14th, the 13th? Whereas if he had kept the original lineage, now rightfully so, the 87th.
The 87th champion, right?
Yeah, the 87th IWGP heavyweight champion. And to me, that's like, okay, good for you. And I guess he listens to the fans online.
Well,
great.
Somebody did, for Christ's sake. I mean, I think like the overwhelming opinion, you know, I do know some people who liked that other belt, but I'm like, they tended to be new fans who didn't know the V4. And once you see the V4 and you're like, they literally got rid of that.
Why did they change that?
Like, nobody is like, that was a good call. Like, why would you ever get rid of that belt? That's why the fucking belt was so goddamn cursed, you idiots.
Yeah.
But most of the people who made that decision are gone now.
Yeah.
You know?
If you guys remember, like people were like saying like they merged the Intercontinental and the Heavyweight into the IWGP Divas Championship. It looked so much like it.
It did kind of look
it looks like the butterfly belt. It's too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. It looked all right on a few people. I thought it looked good on Zack Sabre. I thought it looked good on Takeshita.
I didn't hate it. Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I missed V4 terribly.
Never get rid of the V4. Just never get rid of it. It's the most beautiful belt. I gotta believe
Tsuji just knew. He's a man of style. He knows what looks good.
Well, anybody with fucking eyes should be able to tell. Fucking beautiful
it
piece
does
of
look
art.
So much better.
So much better. Antoine, good point in the chat over here. Antoine's like, they should design the women's title the same way. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Antoine, just to build up on that, like if you notice, the women's title looked like V3 of the heavyweight.
Yep. So
I guess maybe down the line.
Yeah, I'd love to see down the line them kind of do some kind of V4 tribute. But you know, they've been forced into a position where they finally had to pick their guy. And we were talking about this earlier.
Okay.
Tsuji's a good pick, but he's not the only guy there. You know, you've got Oiwa and you've got
Jake Lee.
You fuck right off, okay? You fuck right off with that.
It's funny to me because I know you haven't finished New Year's Dash yet.
Oh, right. No, there's some shit in there.
I've been spoiled. Don't worry. I've been spoiled. We can talk about it. Yeah, don't worry.
I was like, if you just made that comment on your own, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, they do have Oiwa, and they also have Uemura, who I think both of those guys are really close.
Ooh, and you're right.
And you know, that's a top of the roster group of guys. You know, that if that's the future of your main event, you are in good ass shape. You know, it's just time to finally go with them. You know.
Okay, guys, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Given that Bullet Club and Affiliated
merged,
probably begrudgingly merged into Unbound Company, expect future changes. Given that, what do you think of Ren Narita being like a potential contender down the line?
He's a little weirdo, and I love him.
Yeah,
Antoine also says, "What about Ren Narita?"
Yeah, I was gonna say, how old is Narita?
20-ish, 20 something.
Okay, yeah, because he was somebody I was like, he's somebody.
I remember him reminding me so much of Shibata. You know, prior to the House of Torture, they got to build him up as a serious guy, though. Like, I mean, like he needs an overhaul completely. He needs to get the fuck away from the House of Torture.
I think everybody does.
To me, he's like the heel version of Umino right now.
Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah. He kind of is. And they've even got other guys that I think could be serious if they really got behind him. Like Sho, he's great. Like he's really, really good. He's just kind of small.
Are you talking about Dick Togo II? he called himself that for a while during the World Tag League, I think. Yeah.
Oh my God. Fucking, he's like, how do I get the most heat possible? Yeah. So I think, you definitely have things you need to address, but they've got a lot of quality talent. But like, Sho is another guy who's like a Sonata thing where it's like, he was rising up 5-6 years ago. And then he's just been like stuck in this House of Torture thing forever now.
Yeah.
And I think it's really stalled him, from going anywhere. And, I do find him entertaining, actually. He's actually pretty entertaining when he comes out with a cigar and all that shit. Like, he has a personality. Just
100%.
Let him be a heel heavyweight who's going after the belt. I think he could be a fun opponent for Tsuji or Uemura or any of those guys. But I think what they've really got to do is just lean into that young core. And it's
100%,
beyond time. Figure out what to do with Umino. I think, Antoine, I know earlier in the discussion here said, we need that shooter back, that Moxley young boy shooter guy that we felt like they were breeding him to be the roughneck. That they were breeding him to be, but don't call him the roughneck and don't dress him in fucking pink for a while, at least. And he's got to figure out a way to earn the admiration of the crowd. And I think the only way to do that is to go back down the ladder with a totally different character.
Yeah.
Like, he comes out at New Year's Dash with Uemura, who he's going to drag to hell if they keep those two together. Okay. They're trying to get a tag team shot or something. And I mean, the Japanese audience is booing the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
I like Shota Umino. I think he's a talented worker. But this is like, there is no hope.
Yeah.
In his current configuration, you cannot.
He just doesn't connect with the audience.
No.
He just doesn't connect.
Honestly, like, remember when he was booed and he actually like shaved his head? When he was like, I'm going to tease a second chapter. I was hoping for like a total rehaul of his character.
I thought that's what they were going to do.
No, I was a bit disappointed by that.
I was more than a bit disappointed. I was I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But like Uemura, has this natural charisma. He reminds me a shitload of Tanahashi. And and Oiwa, just people are drawn to that guy. And then on New Year's Dash, so the results, so we're
don't worry.
The United Empire comes out with their new fucking god, Jake Lee. And then Will Ospreay's music hits at the end of their match. And Will Ospreay comes out and says he's going to be back in New Japan. He's talking with Callum Newman, who is another charisma vacuum that I would love to see like take the next step. And I think he's going to, but they are teasing that Ospreay's going to come back, probably be murdered. And Jake Lee is going to turn the United Empire against him. And I like that. I like that idea, honestly. Because if they can make Jake Lee actually compelling, that would be great.
Cross company too, like given how like Andrade is in the Don Callis family, and given that like Ospreay, has been butting heads with them from time to time, I would love to see like a more heelish like United Empire.
That's kind of what I thought they were going for there. Yeah.
That's like where it's going for sure.
Hope so. Yeah.
Yep. So, so I think that's exciting. I think, Ospreay kind of being like another Okada where it's like you come in, but it's in a really important spot and you do something really big for New Japan. Callum Newman wanted to hit him with a chair and they all stopped him. And it was so well done because the only person who didn't see Callum Newman try to hit him with the chair was Ospreay. Everybody in the ring played their role perfectly in that. And I loved how Ospreay came in. He shook everybody's hand, hugged everybody. And he just looks at Jake Lee and he's like, Like very begrudging acknowledgement of Jake Lee, you know?
Poor guy. Like, I feel so bad for Jake Lee because I watched this Noah stuff. He's not he's not like, you know, the most alluring guy charisma wise, but like I do like his in-ring. And like I like the shoot stuff, you know, like he's Zainichi Korean, aka he's a Korean guy in Japan. Grew up in Japan, only spoke Japanese. He's gone through a lot of like discrimination most of his life, given how they were treated since World War II and before that.
Yeah.
But what I hate is I'm hoping like on the Japanese side of things, like I wish that the heat is not because of that, but also at the same time, like but I hope it's just because of his personality. But yeah, like but also like that's another dimension that people fail to notice, I guess. But at the same time, I do like him because of his in-ring. Yeah.
He's got kind of a Bray Wyatt manipulator kind of character.
Yeah.
You know, where he like calls himself a liar and calls himself kind of like almost more what I wish they actually did with Bray Wyatt, where it was like, I don't want him to be a mystical guy. I want him to be like a manipulative, lying cult leader, you know, like that's kind of who Jake Lee his character actually is. But yeah, so I think that's a very interesting direction. You know, when Jake appeared in the G1 a year ago, was it a year ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was around long enough to really get over with, you know, certainly with me. But, you know, and then slightly less importantly, the New Japan crowd. You know, there's me, and then you get over with the crowd. And if you impress me, the crowd will love you. That's what I always tell the boys, you know. They can't hear me. I'm shouting it at my TV usually. But so that's that. I also liked that the Bullet Club is over. I think that was long overdue.
Same. R.I.P. Respect, but like, it's overdue.
Did they end it because Tanahashi?
No.
Maybe.
So
no,
they said
not.
Yota Tsuji ended it.
Oh, okay.
That he announced that they were going to merge unaffiliated with War Dogs. And I think it's really because some of these dudes are leaving for sure. Like I think Clark Connors, Maloney might leave.
I feel like Clark Connors will probably go to AEW.
Yeah, he's definitely
with Tekla.
With Tekla, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking as well. Do you think we get Wilson in AEW though? Do we get Wilson in AEW with Clark
I hope
Connors?
so. It's such a great development of his like BOSJ bullshit, you know? Like,
yeah,
I was embarrassed at how much I popped for Wilson when he pulled it out. I was like, "Oh, Wilson!" I was like, "I can't believe I just popped for that." I was like embarrassed for myself.
No, they definitely will bring it back, given how we're popping right now about it.
Well, and I think Clark Connors definitely. The only way for him to grow anymore as a performer is to probably wrestle on TV in America. And not that I'm not saying he's a bad performer by any stretch. I think as a character, he has a ways to go. But I think Gabe Kidd very well might be out the door. And
I think so. AEW bound.
Or dual contract.
I would think more dual contract because he's talked so much trash about AEW. I don't think he can just come over. Or if he does, it could be an interesting development because everybody says, well, then now you're a sellout.
Right. Well, and I think you have, you know, well, and there's this tension in the Death Riders too. Like he's obviously in the Death Riders. He's British. Pac's British. Pac hasn't been seen with John Moxley in some time, you know, like who knows? This could get really, really weird.
Finding out that Pac's favorite band is the Specials has painted him in a new light for me.
Imagining Pac, that person, that angry, gigantic, short man, just hatefully driving a car, listening to the Specials.
He's just in the car listening. Yeah, he loves ska.
Like, I just can't wait to get home and eat some like pizza rolls. You know what I mean? Like
ska is more than that. Okay.
I know. Hey, look, I don't listen to a lot of ska, but I like the Clash. All right, like
they're Specials adjacent.
Yes.
They
yes,
toured together.
Exactly.
What's everyone's opinion on Finley? Do you think he'll join his brothers in NXT, or do you think he'll keep his? I really like him as a solid guy because, like, you know, like New Japan gives him like a lot of like random matches, but he's always the stable guy. You know, as much as people hate him.
What do you think he would do over there? You know,
NXT.
Yeah, what would he do?
God.
Like, they've already had such a bloated roster for NXT. They're just, you know.
That's true.
You know.
It wasn't even very long ago that I saw a report, and who knows what's true and what's not, but I had seen a report that WWE was telling people from AEW and TNA that they're not hiring. And so to me, it's like, I don't understand what you get with David Finlay that you would break that policy for. You know what I mean? Like, what is David Finlay going to do for NXT? Nothing. I mean, nothing. He's not moving the needle at all. They have an AEW Women's World Champion in NXT that didn't change anything. And, you know, it's been expressed that they have very serious interest in him and Will Hobbs, as it happens. They also are apparently very high on Will Hobbs.
Yeah. I don't think Will Hobbs is leaving anytime soon. No way.
No, I don't think so. Will Hobbs isn't the youngest guy either. So
no, and he kind of talked about, he said something before that Tony put where he's like, he's not going to forget about that, you know?
Right. He was very explicit in saying like he had tried for so long and that he, you know, had no real desire to go there. But he's also in his late 30s. I mean, he doesn't have a ton
and he's
of
in a
time
good
left.
Spot right now with the ops. Like,
he will get pushed a lot harder in AEW than he would get pushed in
for sure
in WWE.
For sure.
And David Finlay will get a much bigger push in New Japan than he will in WWE. Not sure how the money translates, but you know, if I'm David Finlay and I care about being a star, I would stay.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I'm connected to the announcement of Tsuji merging the two factions.
Yep.
I did not pay attention to the faces, but like, were there faces that were like begrudgingly accepting it, or
no, not really.
Like, no,
they all kind of came out together at one point, and Finlay isn't the leader of this thing, like Tsuji.
Wow.
And so like Finlay just looks like a guy, you know. I mean, like, he didn't look upset though. Like he seemed
right. They were just like, yeah, you know.
Yeah. I feel like everybody had the same, like, it was time type.
Yeah.
Feeling.
Yeah.
Well, I guess New Japan and out in case a bunch of these guys bolt and the War Dogs just get eviscerated. Like, give up on the Bullet Club. It's over. In my canon, it ended when Jay White left. Okay. Like,
it's at this point, it's so convoluted and weird that just, it was time to end it a while ago, I think.
Several years ago would have been great.
It felt like a long telenovela, you know, like who's coming next? Yeah,
right. Well, then there's like sub factions and then like tag teams within those sub factions, and it's just like it's just so weird.
Also, like, what's the deal? Like, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion now is just like, you're merging with our group, like. He's got the power of God inside of him now. Yeah. It's just like
Yota Tsuji is out here calling shots day one.
Yeah. He's like,
and I kind of love it.
Are the same now.
I respect it.
I do too.
I respect it. Yeah. New Year's Dash has a great tag team main event with Oiwa and Zack Sabre facing off against the Knockout Brothers. And those guys are relatively new to me.
Amazing.
Holy shit, are they fucking fun to watch. Like, my God. Oscar is so fucking tall. And Tino, what'd you say he looked like?
I said he looks like a 90s TV show villain, like a Nickelodeon bully from the 90s, yeah.
Yes, that dude is in desperate need of facial hair.
He's like forever 12 years old.
He looks 12 years old in the face, but then you see him and you're like, nope, never mind. He's 6'7". He's gigantic. And I can't remember the other guy's name right.
Yuto Ice.
Oh,
Yuto Ice. I love him so much.
A gangsta fucking Japanese wrestler? Are you kidding me? This rules.
Yeah, Bomba Clyde.
Oh my God. They were so good. I fucking love KO Bros. And after like 2 minutes of seeing them in the ring, I'm like, these guys have to win. Like, so this feels like the first like proper tag team New Japan has like manifested in a long while. I know other tag teams have had good runs, but they are thrown together singles guys usually. And this doesn't feel like that. Remember when the Young Bucks and fucking Red Dragon and fucking War Machine, fucking all those guys were there at the same time? Like, this super, super robust tag division. It's been a long time since it's felt like that. But with these guys at the top of that division, you could do it. You know?
Whoever made the decision to like put them on excursion together.
Yeah.
Good job.
Insane. Insane. Those guys are going to sell a lot of tickets. Those guys, I mean, the crowd was rooting for them by the end of the match. I think KO Bros, they got a long future ahead of them.
I mean, it goes back to what you were saying earlier. They are really there to revitalize the tag team division. You know, this is the new Japan era. We got the Knockout Brothers.
Yeah, and the promo that Yuto the promo that he did post match, it got spoiled, but I still watched it because I was like, you know what, I'm very intrigued by them and might as well check them out. Long story short, he was like, much as you can, like I've been a wrestler for so long, but at the same time, like he was sharing his passion like intensely, so much so that the crowd was like cheering for them. But he was like, I don't get high, I don't do drugs, but you know what? This is the next best thing, being on the wrestling ring. So he was like, let's all get high with New Japan. Let's get high with each other, whatever. Everyone was like,
bunch of dudes like ripping
get
bombs.
High
like,
on life.
dude.
Sound like a youth pastor.
Speaking of revitalizing divisions, this would be a really good time to revitalize the juniors. The days of Jushin Liger are over, right? They're not going to be main eventing shows. I know that, okay? But I don't like what the junior division has become, which is kind of like
Doki.
I like Doki. I like Despe. Yeah.
Hiromu.
And I love Hiromu. They have just leaned on those guys way too much.
Yeah. And they're not younger.
They don't have, and they don't have a lot of credible opponents. And those three guys kind of trade the belt back and forth in perpetuity, right? Like Doki was the champion this time last year, and then he injured himself at Wrestle Kingdom against Desperado, and they had to stop the match, and Desperado won it by stoppage. And so all those guys are great, but Fujita, open it up, bring in those DDT guys, bring Mao back. God damn. Mao was so much fun. Oh my God.
Dragon Dia.
So great.
I love Dragon Dia with the little skateboard. Bring that guy in.
Yeah, Dragon Dia was a lot of fun.
Great freaking theme.
Up. Every Dragon Gate guy has an amazing theme. I want to see, because with Tanahashi being president, if you during his retirement run, he's been going to DDT. He went to Dragon Gate. I want to see the guy who he gave the high fly flow to, Yuki Yoshioka, same stable as Dragon Dia, just as good too.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to see him for the OSJ.
Last year's Super Junior tournament blew me away. I thought it was...
Yeah. That was so much fun to watch.
Super good.
Yeah.
It was the best BOSJ for me. Since COVID.
Yeah, overall as a tournament, even with the House of Torture bullshit, it was still really good. So I think let's cap this here. Let's hope that they can rejuvenate that division a little bit. Because to me, the juniors are so much fun. The best of the Super Juniors was so fantastic last year, and I just want to see them be in a bigger spot. Antoine brings up a great point in the chat here. Yo is almost 40. They got to do something. Dragon Dia, he became a fan of him
28.
Because of working New Japan. Yeah, he looks really young, but he's not. And so did Kota Ibushi. He looked really young in 2019, and they broke his shoulder in the G1 final.
Yo was out for a super long time too, wasn't he?
Right.
He was out injured for a long time.
For a while, yeah.
I think he had a neck thing, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's New Japan. That's the new era of New Japan. There's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot to wait and see where it goes from here. But I think they are on the right track. They have a big moment here where they've got to just reach and lean on that AEW partnership, I would say as well. And CMLL, use some of their guys to come in and be challengers for these young guys.
To Titan or like Templario.
Yeah.
Breaking like into beginners. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also bring in some guys that Yota Tsuji can beat, you know? Like, not scrubs, but like, you know, maybe not your main event dudes, but bring in some of those upper mid-card AEW guys who aren't doing a whole lot, you know, right now.
Just Hobbs.
Yeah, have Hobbs come in.
Hobbs versus Yota Tsuji would go off.
Amazing.
That'd be so good.
It'd be so fun.
I would love to see that.
So we're going to wrap this up, speaking of AEW, with some quick hits on AEW. We won't spend a ton of time on this, but Dynamite was really, really good this week. I thought it was a really great show. You know, I like this period from January to March where there's no pay-per-views. Even if they're doing Grand Slam in Australia, it's like still a Dynamite, you know, at the end of the day. It's still a Dynamite and a Collision. And I love that the fans out there get a special show. I hope it's great for them, but this is so badly needed where we just take a break from the pay-per-views and it's kind of their reset period. Like the same way people think of like post like
WrestleMania,
SummerSlam to like fucking Royal Rumble, you know?
Yeah.
That's what like January to March could be for AEW.
Yeah.
And you see the stories are kind of resetting all over the place. And I did want to mention that Jake something is Jake Doyle now, and he's
that's his shoot name, right? Jacob Doyle.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I mean,
nice guy in real life.
I would have picked a different name if it wasn't his shoot name. So
according to Cage Match, he had a lot of wacky names: Dirty Berserk, Jacob Chamber.
No, I wanted to
Jacob Hollows.
Man, I'm so mad we didn't get Dirty Berserk.
Jake Shooter, Jake something, but now Jake Doyle. So it's all right.
Jake something is such a stupid name. I remember when I read it the first time, I was Jake. Like, do you not know his last name, or like, are you saying like Jake something, or like?
I know, but it's that's the
Jake
joke.
something.
But it's still like, Jake something, and I like the joke. It's a funny joke.
It's an inside joke, but how do you really want to be on TBS?
It's like I knew a band called Trying. So every time they would like, every time they would
trying.
We're trying. Yeah.
But you know, he's in the Don Callis family with everybody else, and apparently he's going to be it looked like he was going to be kind of a part of a tag team with Mark Davis. And
Davis and Doyle.
Those guys look like weirdo, bizarro versions of each other when they're next to each other.
They looked like brothers. If
they
you would have
like
told me they were,
but
aside from the accents, you would have told me they were brothers, I would have believed you.
Yeah, me too. Totally. Jake's like the one who just like does a shitload of steroids and lifts constantly, and Mark's just like naturally gigantic and has a giant ass.
He really did the Hogan. He ripped his ripped his shirt off.
He did. I mean, I would do it if I looked like him too. Holy
That's
shit.
true.
Yeah. I do too.
So they collected the bounty on Jet Speed. So they injured them before their trios match, where their partner was going to be Jack Perry. So Jack Perry had to find new partners to face the Don Callis family, right? Wasn't that who they faced? Yeah. So
no, they faced the Demand.
They faced the Demand. See,
the Demand.
I
just watched it too, guys.
Yeah. No. Well, it turns out Jack Perry's partners were the Young Bucks, and I think a lot of us saw that coming.
It was a super kick party.
They came out to Super Kick Party. They had the tassels back. And you know what? Once again, I was like, they should just keep moving forward. You don't have to like go back to the thing. And the minute I heard that song, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Their gear looked awesome. Like particularly
the tassels.
And the green, and I mean, it just looked badass. And
do you guys think they were really not clear, or they just wanted Christmas off? What do you think?
Oh, they wanted Christmas off. That's in their contract. Yeah, they weren't. No. No, they signed like a weird deal that gives them a certain times of the year off to be with their families. So
that's cool though.
It didn't surprise me that, like, when they did that little angle with Kenny where they're like, well, we'll be gone for a few weeks, and Kenny's like, well, I'm gonna do something I've probably should have done a long time ago. I was like, okay, they're writing the bucks off. But they're back, and this match, they win the match. Really, really fun match. I love seeing the Gates of Agony get the rub that they've been getting for being with Ricochet.
Well,
Ricochet can just be pinned any old way by any old person and loses nothing.
He stole somebody's hat.
He's bulletproof. He's bulletproof. You just can't.
I was going to ask you guys, how do you feel about him getting pinned so much as the national champion?
His personality makes up for it. Okay. It doesn't make him lose anything. Not a lot of people could do that, but he can. Yeah.
Ricochet is the one wrestler in modern wrestling where he wants you to look at him and go this little fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's just a weasel heel. Yeah.
He's a weasel ass, nerd ass heel. He comes out in a one-piece jacket. He's always talking about anime and shit. He is a weeb. He is a fucking dork. He talks a ton of shit. He got beat by Bobby Lashley in 1 minute before he won the national title, 4 days later. It works uniquely for him. He could be a mid-card act his entire life and be one of the most entertaining people in the company. I don't know if his goal is to be world champion, but he could be. But yeah, he'd need a character overhaul for that. But
right.
The Demand loses. Ricochet gets pinned again. And they're celebrating for a second. Then the Don Callis family comes out and starts beating that ass, as they do. Yeah, Jake Something's out there ripping his tank top off and showing off those abs. And Mark Davis just there looking like he's never washed his hair in his life. And they're beating them down. And, Jet Speed runs down. They're kind of limp down to the ring to give the
Mike
assist.
Bailey with the hockey stick because he's Canadian.
Yeah, of course. And they run out, and then the lights go out, and I knew who this was. And yet I was still thrilled, very excited. Lights come back up. It's Andrade is back in AEW.
I'm so glad he's back.
Me too. I had seen the quote from Tony Khan earlier that day where they asked him straight up, does him being called from AEW and in New Japan and, him using his AEW theme, what is that? What is his status with AEW? And Tony goes, I think it bodes very well.
He's getting so good at non-answers. He's getting so good at these non-answers.
Yes. Well, he hasn't been fucking shit on by the press for a year. So he got a little break, and he's a pretty charming guy when he's not just I fuck all of you, Yeah.
Right.
Leave me alone. So Andrade comes back. He beats the crap out of some people. You remember the last person he attacked, right? Was Kenny Omega back in October. Kenny's coming back to AEW next week. So
yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think we all see where this is going.
Right.
I think Andrade and Kenny are going to lock up, hopefully on a Dynamite or a main event or a pay-per-view, because give those guys 20 minutes, man. That they wrestled in AAA for Kenny beat him for the title, I think. And it was a really good match.
Or was he
was already
he was Andrade. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I think it was right before he actually, it was right after he had shown up in AEW. And
I was going to say, because was it during the short-lived AAA partnership?
Yes.
That one. Okay.
Kenny was a belt collector, and he beat Andrade, and it was a really good match. But imagine if you had a match where there was a referee in the ring who could get down all the way on the mat and count a 3 in a reasonable amount of time. The AAA refs look like they're going to have a fucking heart attack every time they do anything. It's kind of part of the charm, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And they barely lift their arms off the mat.
I'm just already ready. Like,
yeah.
So you gotta get a Huero Noriega from CMLL. It's kind of the bigger dude.
Yeah.
Like, gotta smacks that.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Sammy Guevara and Bandito had a really fun match. I would like
Bandito
to
broke
see them
Sammy's nose, and I really enjoyed that.
Instant babyface, it's like, if everybody's just going to start hurting Sammy because it gets them cheered. But
right, he's the Jake Paul.
I'm honestly
AEW.
Yeah, I'm honestly liking Sammy this way. I'm enjoying him more. He's just got to be a heel.
I already hated him, so
yeah,
it just makes sense.
Yeah, the timing on that cutter that he did though was insane. When Bandito ran off the ropes and Sammy jumps off the other side, totally blind, and jumps into a cutter on Bandito, and they hit it perfectly. Unbelievable. Bandito wins with the 21 plex, but MJF's music hits right after because they're facing each other next week at Maximum Carnage. This was the moment of the show for me because you guys know what an unrepentant mark I am for Bandito.
Yes.
And they booked this so well.
Yeah.
Like, he looked awesome in this segment. He looked like a badass who could hold his own. MJF, a lot of people are sick of MJF. The MJF that we were used to, right? Misogynist, your sports team sucks, your town sucks, blah, blah, blah. He did get a your town sucks thing, but there was no like, I'm wrestling a Spanish or a Mexican guy, so I'm going to make a bunch of Mexican jokes or stuff like that.
No, he was nice and brought out a translator.
He brought out John Cruz, and John Cruz instantly becomes memeable yet again when Bandito puts the hand in the face. They're speaking Spanish to him like he can't speak English. And then finally, Bandito goes,
speak English.
I speak English! You stupid son of a bitch! And it was so awesome.
I love Bandito so much.
Oh, me too. And the crowd's going nuts for this. The crowd is eating out of the palm of their hands. And then MJF has the best nut shot kick in the business, period. Because it comes out of nowhere always. You could even know he's going to do it and still be surprised. So he kicks Bandito in the nuts. Bandito goes down. They are going to try to like gang up on him, whatever. John Cruz ends up taking the most awesome looking 21 plex.
Plex, yeah.
He gets fucking 21 plexed out of his fucking shoes, basically. Like, almost.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Does a backflip. And then I love that Bandito kicks MJF in the balls. I think that's what actually made this thing work. Which is like, he's not a fool. And he's kind of a badass. He's
we love a baby face that's like turnabout is fair play.
Yes. Hangman did such a great job after he won the title of doing that same thing.
Yeah.
Where it was like the heels didn't just get one up on him. The top baby faces, particularly in AEW, are not booked like idiots. And I love that.
Well, like, okay, this is side note. One of my favorite things that happened in the C2 last year is when Commander knocked out Claudio with the brass knuckles. And people were pissed, but I was like, no, it's turnabout is fair play. That's what I love about these the AEW baby faces. They're smart and they're not going to get pushed around.
Right. Yeah. And that's how you get over, right? And that's why everybody started cheering for heels, was because they were the ones who like didn't get walked over. Yeah. And didn't, I've got to be a nice guy. Like they didn't do that shit, And that's why they got over. That's why Stone Cold got over. That's why these people got over, is because the crowd's like, yeah, we're tired. We don't want the what would they call that? Virtue signaling. We don't want virtue signaling. We want people who actually fight fire with fire. These guys deserve it. Fuck them. Mercedes getting cake faced. Fantastic.
That was great.
It was so good.
Yeah, Willow comes out with Chris and Harley. They're having a great time. I love Stat and Willow's thing just being resolved.
Harley eating cake in the background was just hilarious to me.
Harley eating...
She got herself a piece of cake. It was so funny.
They came out and Harley just starts eating and she eats through the entire thing. Like, She's always chewing.
It was so good.
And it was great. It was great. And Mercedes comes down. Willow tells her to come down. And Mercedes comes down so good. Dressed like all in white, which I thought was great. She's got this amazing
veil.
Like she's in mourning. Yeah.
Like she's in mourning because in Asia, when mourning isn't mourning
white.
Done with white. Yeah.
So
she's in white. She comes down. And Willow's like kind of pretending to be nice, I think. Like, God, you had such a great reign as champion, and you took this belt for me, but I took it back. Now I'm the face of TBS.
I don't think Willow was pretending to be nice. Willow is just that nice. My wife watched this with me, and she's like, Willow is being so nice to her, and it's going to piss her off even more.
Yeah.
In fact, it did.
Yeah.
And I think it's not even that it pissed her off. I think she just has no self-control at this point. She's
crashed out
of her mind.
Yeah.
I am loving it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Loving it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched this segment twice because it was so well done. And what I loved was the minute that Mercedes hits the table, Chris goes and grabs the cake and goes to the other side of the ring.
Yeah.
And gets in position, which you don't know she's doing at the time. She's just preserving the cake.
Yeah, you just she doesn't want to mess up the cake. Like, we've spent money on the cake. We're gonna,
Yeah.
What I loved about the crash out specifically was how Mercedes conveyed it to everyone, right? Like everyone's like, oh yeah, she crashed out, but there's layers to this,
Yes.
To me, it was like how let's say you're a freelancer, you don't have any more gigs, you're paranoid over the next month happening, because you're like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna have this gig. It's the same for her belts.
Exactly.
She lost her main client, aka the TBS belt, and then now she's like, oh fuck, how do I keep this? And now she's spiraling. And to me, I felt very seen.
Yeah. You're a freelancer.
I related so much to Mercedes, crashing the fuck out. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is that Tony Khan seems to understand Mercedes Moné better than Vince McMahon ever understood Sasha Banks, because she was always this character. She was always doing false bravado, false confidence. When she'd win, it would only reinforce her fragile ego, and then she would lose and they would just move her on to something else. Whereas here, it's like, no, she lost. She's losing everything she cares about. She's going to freak out, become a babyface, and probably win the world title sometime in 2026. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's like, I've seen it coming for months, and they do it so well.
Story-wise, funny you mentioned her turning face, because I was also thinking after the crash out will be the face turn.
Yep.
And then what would be the promo? What would be Mercedes' thesis statement to being face? And to me, I know she can handle that, but she was never, in my opinion at least, she was never given the opinion.
Right.
No, she was never given the option to do that in the dub. So
well, they never would have.
No.
That's true. But now, I guess it's the same thing that we hear in AEW all the time. If you wait long enough, you'll be rewarded. So personally, I can't wait. I can't wait for her to be face and see how she would she would justify that turn in particular. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. She really feels like this last year, she really became herself as the character, the CEO, where it's she's not playing a part. She's a fucking maniac, and she gets to just be a maniac, and she wears it well. It just feels very, very natural to her character. But she's one of those people who's the wolves are always at the door. She's always operating out of fear and insecurity. There's been layers to her this entire time, and it's so nice that AEW's letting her show the layers.
Right.
100%.
All right, last thing. Swerve and Hangman as a tag team fucking rule.
Yes.
What would you call their tag team? Swerve Man?
Swang
No,
Man.
not really.
No.
Swang Man.
I saw Swing Man. I don't know.
I don't know what I'd call them. Like, I probably wouldn't be a combination of their names.
Strictly hanging.
Hey. Strictly hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
Somebody had suggested in our Discord the worst men, because they said maybe worst man win.
I like that.
And I loved that line. And that would be a cool tag team name, the worst men.
Actually, not me.
Remember when Miro was calling himself the best man? Jesus Christ. Fucking Jesus Christ. But that match with Hook and Hobbs was great. I think Hook is settling into a nice groove as well. He's showing more personality than he's ever shown.
I'm glad.
And he's believable. He is an undersized guy, height-wise. Yeah. Otswa just suggested that their tag team name could be called Whose House is on Fire.
House Fires, yeah. House Fires would be good.
House Fire. Ooh. There you go.
Arson.
But man, they are so much fun to watch. That spot they did where they were both being choked out with the chain and then Swerve flipped Hangman over his back.
That was so freaking cool.
They used the chain immediately to clothesline whoever it was. Like, their tag team they're so badass. Like, so badass.
They did such a good job of selling the concrete blocks too, though. Like every little move, you're like, is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen now? And it was just like the suspense. Oh man. And then when it finally happens,
it was satisfying.
It was very satisfying.
I do feel like Swerve is going to need to double the size of his thighs now because he's so top. He's like so huge on top now.
He beefed up while he was gone. Yeah.
My God.
Crazy.
My God, that boy is a big beefy boy.
What he used to look like when he first came to AEW, and he was like kind of trim and like a super junior
like
kind of
Yeah.
Cruiserweight, and now it's just like whoa.
Bonafide heavyweight. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he was a bona fide heavyweight when he got injured, when he left.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I don't even know.
So.
Yeah.
Like he's a freak show.
Yeah.
But the great main event, super fun. I'm going to enjoy this Hangman and Swerve thing for a long time. I like that they don't pretend that like, we're friends now. Nothing can come between us. They're like, no, things very easily can come between us. It's the world title. We both want it. And if we have to kill each other for it, game on.
Yeah, we saw that in the 4-way match.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they just accept that. And they're just like, yeah, no. If it comes to the world title, I will fucking run through you, bitch.
Yeah.
And they both know that about each other and they respect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, their relationship to me is what Goku and Vegeta are, like they respect each other, but they're going to beat the shit out of each other. Give them a chance, whether they're friends or not,
We both hate Frieza, but we will beat the crap out of each other.
Okay. So, fellas, where can the people find you? Justin?
Yeah, you can find me on justinckw.com on Blue Sky, without the .com on Threads. And if you can, as a freelancer, hire me if you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Hire Justin.
Hire Justin.
Yeah. But yeah. Other than that, find me on those social platforms. I post about bullshit, random bullshit and moves. Yeah, enjoy.
Yep. And Tino?
If you feel like following me at anything, you can find me at Tino Ybarra, just my full name, anywhere. I'm super easy to find on the internet. I'm sure there's probably some sort of FBI file on me already because I'm really easy to find. But also check out my band, Pancho Villa's Skull.
Absolutely. Check out Tino's band for sure. And you guys know me. I'm Blade Daily. You can find me as I Blade Daily just about, well, not anywhere, but in the seedier places of the world, you can find me pretty easy.
We'll find you in the Capitol on the 6th. Oh wait, the 6th is done.
No, I mean that's already happened.
That's already happened. He was there.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that was a couple days ago.
But yeah, also just want to give a big shout out to everyone who lives in America right now. It's a fucked up, crazy time, and we've all just got to take care of ourselves. Please keep yourself safe. Please tell your people you love them. Hold those you love close to you because shit has been super real, but we're going to get through it. Yes. I know we are. It's just not going to be fun while we do it. But we will get through this shit. with all that said,
Yeah.
Resist while you can.
Justin, what's it
100%.
like living in a country where your fascist leaders in the past?
In the past, well, it takes very long for like democratic structures to recover.
Yeah.
And it really takes a while. So, but that's another podcast. Huh?
Yeah.
So,
We'll do a bonus stream on the chat sometime,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for everybody who joined us live. Antoine saying, what was the name of the band? Pancho Villa's Skull. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
That is the name of Tino's band.
Like Pancho Villa and we're his skull. Pancho Villa's skull.
Yes.
That's better. Yeah.
So with all that said, I'm Blade Daly.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Tino.
Pro wrestling forever.
Sickos Club.